If my goals are unclear, do you help shape them or do you only execute against what I gave you? Here, I think it has to do a lot with taking a step back and realizing what an agency can be and what an agency should be and should not be. So when it comes down to Scale Wave, we love to see businesses have their business goals, right? So if you're a brand selling on Amazon and if you don't know your profit margins, that's already a huge red flag. Of course, we are going to help you with understanding what those margins are, because for us, it's important that you are going to stay profitable and we're going to increase your bottom line as well, not only scale your revenue. So yes, we as an agency help with that as well. When it comes down to goals, clearly, what we are helping with mainly is not so much in guiding you what your goals should be, but rather if you have XYZ goal, what do you need as a brand? And what do we need as an agency to make sure that, first off, that goal is achievable, 2, it's achievable within the timeline that you desire, and 3, which are the current bottlenecks that you're facing that might be hindering you from achieving that goal. Clear example, we had a discussion with one of the brands that we are managing this year that they wanted to get to 10 million. Now this was out of the blue, right? We've been managing this brand for the past 3 years. New people came into marketing and they were like, yeah, we can do 10 million on Amazon. And it was a bit, it's an interesting conversation because they did not have this goal beforehand. So we as an agency, even if we had the skills to push, they inventory wise technically could not produce more. So this means that if your inventory does not allow you to scale, we as an agency can push more on advertising, yet you won't have any more inventories to sell, aka we are going to run you out of stock. And I remember that it was funny because, again, goals. So you can have this big goal, 10 million, right? But realistically, this means that we would have had only 2 quarters to achieve that. And production-wise, first off, they were not prepared. Second, it was like, okay, what other marketing strategy? And I was like, hey, right now, what we are doing already works. Allow us at least to stay within the inventory, So first we will have inventory and then we can see what is our next limit, because also we did not know what the next limit is. Of course, I can tell you that we can improve even more the images, we can improve the click-through rate, we can improve the A+ content, we can create more sponsor brand video and so on. And yes, while we can do all those things, we still did not got to see a glimpse of what is our next limit. So we did not know. And getting back to this, why it was an interesting story and why I'm sharing it with you is because technically we could have pushed the brand there. However, they did not have the means here to get there. And then here it was the conversation of once that we have inventory, then we can see our next, what is next for us to do, So when it comes down to goals are unclear, first we will clarify the goals. What are your goals? And then based on those goals, we're going to say, hey, are these realistic? Are they not realistic? And if they are realistic, how much time do we approximate it's going to take, right? And here where you're asking, do you execute only against what I give you? There's nothing wrong also with agencies, because if you're telling the agency what you want, that is kind of trying to make sure that you are still on top of whatever is going on PPC and you did not rent it your brain, you still keep using your brain and you rented someone else's time, which again can happen, but I usually am like, hey, you're paying us anyhow on a monthly basis, you're paying us for strategy, allow us to first execute, and then if you need explanation why we are doing certain things, we can share them with you.